think that this is pretty much what needs to be done. Ron has said that he's developing other reports like revenue projections and stuff like that, which he is certainly willing to share. I don't think it has to be put in this ordinance. The stuff in the ordinance pretty well covers.
It's actually a resolution. Just
okay, resolution. Thank you. I have confusion with these things. So.
Okay, that was my question.
Okay. Mayor Prussing.
How much time have you spent looking at our financial data that was added in April?
I have actually looked at some of it. The projects that I am working on at this instant do not require that information. In Champaign, they were about to, because I was just talking to them about their decision to stop salting secondary roads while they were continuing to provide police escorts for high school football teams going to the Illinois High School Association tournament. And I thought that perhaps we should have a review of what was an essential government function and what wasn't. And it's not, I do want to assure you that you're not doing this for me personally. That sometimes I need this information, sometimes I don't. But I'm requesting this for others who have other projects that I could never dream of that need this kind of information. And at the moment, frankly, I'm dealing with basic transparency issues for other sorts of units of government, like Parkland College, who just wants to put out an $87 million bond issue and doesn't really want to talk to the public about a lot of these things. So my personal activities politically should not be taken as indication of the value of this.
Okay. I would like to ask, is anyone in the audience has looked at the information that we've put on? Okay, Mr. Johnson has. Is that Johnson or Johnson?
Mr. Johnson, yes.
Not Johnston. Okay, well, I'm opposed to passing an ordinance or a resolution because we are already doing this. And I noticed there was a gentleman here earlier who is still mad over being outvoted in April at the township election. And I know that Mr. Johnson thought that what happened that night was fascism. I remember you saying that. I'd like to say, yeah, the City of Urbana has been providing financial reporting on the Internet for a number of years, and these reports include the budget and the annual financial report. In addition, the Comptroller has reported expenses by vendor in the annual Treasurer's report, which has been published in the News Gazette for as long as anyone can remember. That's all the expenditures by vendor. Last spring, Ron Eldridge began putting the detailed trial balance on our website as well. This was done in response to a small group who wanted to put a referendum on the ballot to require such reporting. I assured the group that the city would provide the financial information on the website and that a referendum was not necessary. I asked if anyone had ever been unable to get financial information from the city. No one said they had ever experienced any difficulty. And I would say in my 16 years as Champaign County Auditor, we were happy to provide financial information and made sure our reports were made available at the library as well as in county offices. During all those years, not one person ever complained of a lack of access to financial records. After the city put more detailed information on the website last April, the proponents came back and insisted that we also needed to pass a resolution. The only rationale offered was that at some future date, the city might discontinue making the details available on the Internet. Clearly, this is not an issue of access to financial information. This is an issue of a political party trying to promote itself by repeatedly pushing its view that Urbana government is not open and transparent and is not democratic, and that voters should vote for them instead of the current people in office. The individuals who are pushing this do not hesitate to indulge in name-calling when others do not agree with their ideas. For example, they publicly called current officials incompetent and cowardly for deciding that 1,000 signatures on a petition did not satisfy the legal requirement to submit 2,000 signatures. They have repeatedly called Urbana government fascist. They are entitled to promote their political views. They should not expect the City Council to do their campaigning for them.
May I comment?
Yeah, go ahead, Diane.
The first three things that you listed as being posted actually are required to be made public by state law. So that was not anything in addition. The things that Ron...
Not public on the internet. Okay?
Well,
We put things on the internet that are, we have always gone beyond state law. And I think I understand what you're doing. You're coming here and being very nice to us tonight because you think we're going to pass your resolution. But in the past, it's always been how we're undemocratic and how we're authoritarian and how we're fascist. And I'm getting a little sick of it.
Okay, thank you. Other comments from the City Council? Charlie?
Well, I'm waiting for us to finish with Diana so she can go back to her seat so we can take up the resolution.
Then, she gave a presentation, and
Was there any
we're
questions?
merely responding with our questions to Diana.
Okay, well, I don't have any questions for Diana, so.
Okay, then, thank you very much, Diana. All right. Those are the two individuals who wanted to speak on this topic at this time, so comments about the resolution? Charlie, would you like to start?
Yeah, I feel differently than the mayor. I'm going to divorce my personal feelings about the individuals involved and so on. 3 years ago, we came onto this council, or 3.5 years ago, about 3 years ago, we decided the website really wasn't serving the city of Urbana very well. And 2 years ago or so, we authorized a change in that website. And all this time, we're saying, you know, we've always said, let's get as much information out there as we can. We did electronic packets. Ron started adding his stuff. The mayor encouraged everybody to put stuff on the web. There's no question that we are way ahead of the curve in the state. What I'm after is setting an example for the rest of the state, because I think this is good government, period. Doesn't matter who it comes from, who suggested it. We suggested it ourselves a couple of years ago, okay, and that's why in April, the mayor and I were both saying we already do this on the web. We don't need to do a referendum because we're already doing it, and I also committed myself